Lawyer Martin Kpebu is also joining the calls Attorney General to speed up. Obekai said immediately after a year pressure, started say air mounted from both sides. Say Ebani sana Ofori Atta. Wako PUS ayen chino but FBI timi bora hasi no aba sweet wako sura kwacheche nkofo apparently no according to him these people are doing fraud. And the question is I didn't turn air courser. Now, many workers and nipa back on so joining the cause, intensifying say Attorney General should do something on the OS. They should do something about the Ken Ofori Atta case, or they need to step aside. Lawyer Martin Kpebu. Now, this was the man up until recently. He was engaged in a very deep banter with OSP. Ama meno ka say OSP kwa fan. Ama hun sembebre ye detaining no ye sembebre ama parliament and in sembebre ebemu. Now, Lawyer Martin Kpebu is saying, say, but then what he can say on authority is that the right thing needs to be done. And from the look of things, say, the government, their actions is like, we are not really interested in bringing Ken Ofori Atta to book. And according to him, this BBC very, very alarming. At the end of the day, idea and was a question. Quickly, yebe ko ni yakoshe yakoti in sema Lawyer Martin Kpebu Edituja in regards with this particular case, what he thinks about it, and even the course are intensify. Say, if Attorney General Ayine and also OSP if they can't do their job, they should tell Ghanaians, because enya Ghana for and asebi omuki ke musa. By now. Still na case edasusun son wa asebi she ain't see it. Quickly let's listen to what a year Lawyer Martin Kpebu Odituja si babaka iti for yebeto aso.
You see the Abu Trica, and I'm happy that a lot of ordinary Ghanaians, the netizens, the citizens on the social media, they are beginning to ask questions that why are we sending Abu Trica when the US hasn't brought down Ofori Atta? So it will come to a time we will also
the Attorney General was asked that question, and he indicated that it's not that easy because these are matters that are legal, and so that kind of condition of an exchange has to be part of the conversation right from the onset.
Yes. So when we push, so I'm happy. As I said, I'm happy about those citizens who started raising it that Abu Trica should not be taken there until the US government is giving us assurances that they also bring down Ofori Atta. The Attorney General, he has to, naturally, he's a politician, so he has to more or less, he has to be careful, all right? What I can say, the Attorney General cannot say. So I can be blunt because I'm trying to rally citizens that we should understand that this game, if we don't stand up for ourselves, the US government will not take us serious. So when we stand up, that's what I'm saying, can you imagine if 10,000 citizens turn out for the demonstration, the message, because the diplomatic circles, they also do spying, okay? So there are spies in Ghana. There are people in Ghana who spy for the US government.
I see.
Right? So when they say that, hey, Charlie, the country is hot, the citizens have understood that this thing is basically a political thing. So it's within your means to bring Ofori Atta down. If you don't, you lose goodwill. And the US enjoys a lot of goodwill in Ghana, etc. So if you don't bring down this man, you lose a lot of goodwill in Ghana, etc. And it can lead to other ramifications. They will set up. But the moment we leave this things for a few so-called experts and elites and commentators, the fight is lost. So this fight is for Ghanaians. And the Attorney General can help us in this fight by constantly giving us information, updates.
So this was in summer a year Lawyer Martin Kpebu Edituja. One person to and also me no say wabe share ni 2 cents at the end of the day all kasa about this issue and also odi kan e blow all of this SML contract means makasa ne kofa by Manasseh Azuri. Manasseh Azuri was asked about the recent in summer air koso amount for air kasa be yanka. Say US for Abu Trica. We should use Abu Trica case and as use Abu Trica as a bait ni fanye exchange because ye betena ha saa na de bia abrofu yi edi enim beye forma. It is something which does not really speak good of our negotiation skills as a country. In some way, and Menoka se Manasa Ziri Edi Tuja, and also he was asked about this particular issue as to what is really going on. And some of the concerns are if you Ghana for whatever a bit more party say we are tired. If you are come to take Abu Trica, no problem. Mudia Musi Abu Trica wa effort. Ya tiasie. But then the big questions are Ghana for ABC and say, where is our finance minister who have been accused of embezzling the state money? He said, "Wakushe US on pese obeba kronimubi."
Take your quick reaction to the latest from the Attorney General regarding Kenneth Ofori Atta, and he says, "Well, extradition request has been submitted to the United States. What happens next is not within our control, and as is his right, he has also, according to the Attorney General's intelligence, gotten some of the top lawyers, best lawyers in the United States to fight his case for him." Any end in sight on this?
Well, the end is not in sight, and these developments are not new or they are not strange. I think it was on your show that I said some time ago that a source close to Ken Ofori Atta had told me he had no intention of coming back to the country. It is a shame. And where it is getting to, it is becoming very clear that he suspects he's done something wrong, and he suspects he may get into trouble. So the best thing for him to do is to run, which is very unfortunate, because to have lived your life in this country, to have been entrusted with the resources of the state, and then you are being called to account. If you think you are innocent, we are not in that military era that people would be tried a day or two and sent to jail. Why is he running away? But it is good that some processes have started. And to some extent, the Attorney General is right. But when you are dealing with another country, you shouldn't just leave everything to say it is in their hands. I know the US has time and again reached out to our state to assist them. We know that the US doesn't only deal with one institution. Different investigative bodies are involved, and they involve everybody to try to get the people here repatriated to the US for, to face punishment. So I know that besides the legal things, they have sometimes been diplomatic ways of dealing with these things. So if you just put in the request and go to sleep, much may not happen. I think strings can be pulled in other places, and this matter should be treated with all the seriousness it deserves. And I'm happy that the Attorney General has come in. Sometimes we tend to be so academic with the fight against corruption. Let this body be independent, but the best way to fight corruption is collaboration between Attorney General, Iyoko, Shiraj, the OSP, so that together they can put their heads together and get these things done. So I am hoping that we would not just go to sleep and allow things to play out and perhaps say that, well, it is not in our hands. To some extent, that is true. But when diplomatic relations are concerned, sometimes something can be done to expedite whatever our expectations are in respect of bringing Ken Ofori Atta back to our country to face justice.
So that was in Sema Aye Omudi Tuja Aye Manasa